Good morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. This is Chip Skylark coming at you with my shiny teeth in me. Now, it's barely 7 a.m. It's 6:57 right now. I woke up at midnight. Anyway, to my point, I'm gonna be plucking my eyebrow, doing my eyebrows, plucking them so that I feel something besides my thoughts. So let's jump into it. To put my hair up first. Some of the smaller creators I've been coming across, I noticed that we're not doing that 8K content anymore. So we don't have fresh B-roll all the time. We don't have licenses for professional stock footage, B-roll, music, etc. So we got to recycle a lot of things, and that's not a problem. That's not a bad thing. Recycling is something we need to do more of. I'm like giving you a lecture with this hairbrush, with this comb. Pull out the soap crate and get a megaphone. I could give you a whole speech about circular economies. Not going to do that though. This is not economics. This is not. Oh my lord, what is happening? But yeah, reusing B-roll, reusing footage, right? Like this. I have a whole nother piece of all-inclusive skincare. So, and that. The only reason I have decided to actually, I don't know why I'm trying to fix this when I'm just gonna shower afterwards anyway. Can you stop? Right, yeah, there's another piece I'm working on of all-inclusive skincare, and this is just a part of it, just because this is really the most grooming that I do on my face. Hold on. Look at this clip. It's not this pretty. It's like, hold on. Is the light getting, oh, there we go. Focus. Focus. I'm trying to hit all the classic YouTube tropes. It's a large clip too, so it really holds it really holds your hair. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's a dry one today, huh? The clip really holds ya. Sometimes when I do my hair, ooh, the Robots movie, the animated kids one, the one with Robin Williams, Rodney Copperbottom, Big Will. Oh, I love the Robots movie. That movie is amazing. See, the older I get, like Monster High, that gains more. It gains more depth. Like you really get into it. You really break it down. But the Robots movie, okay, all these years later, it makes too much sense now as to why I liked that movie so much as a kid. Oh my goodness. Upgrades, people! Upgrades! Now I have issues with that. Oh my god, this is a whole nother topic. But anyway, I'm very passionate about this if you can't tell. And it is not plug and play simple for the average consumer to upkeep and maintain the good things that they have now, and in which this constant money has to be spent, which is intentional, that is on purpose. We're gonna get into this. Let me start ripping my eyebrows out. The kit I'm using is this. Focus. Yeah, whatever. It's warping on plastic. Ew, plastic. Global warming. Anyway, yeah, these are just modern solutions to modern problems require modern solutions. I'm doing my eyebrows as a part of this all-inclusive skincare because this is the only facial hair I really have to work with. My mustache, it's peach fuzz. Like, we have body hair. Hell, I used to shave my arms, my forearms. Again, it's like peach fuzz. It's like baby hair. All because of, beauty standards and whatnot. But also, like, it's a waste of razors. You can barely see it in the first place. It has its purposes. Okay, and these, just like a razor, okay, the ones that we buy with the cartridges, you can't resharpen the blades. Personally, I'm getting familiar with like straight razors, the ones that you could literally kill somebody with, honestly, and you need a license as a barber to even use them. It's a cleaner cut, and you can sharpen it. It's also classy, I'm just gonna say it. And it makes you spend more time with yourself. One of these days, I'm gonna get like all my whiteboards and I'm just gonna go psycho killer crazy. Talking Heads reference. Did you know? Did you know that what is that song called? It's from that album that they did where they wore those gigantic suits. Give me a hell, give me a yeah. Oh, Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads. Yeah, that song, in short, it's about capitalism. And like the American dream, because he's like, and you may find yourself with a beautiful car and a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, how did I get here? Because it's like letting the days go by. Wife, 2.5 kids, dog named Fido, white picket fence, suburban home, right? I did not think I was gonna drop the big C word, the big scary C word. Uncle Sam, oh my God, Uncle Sam, I love that guy so much. You know, Uncle Sam, he's some type of way, but he's family. You gotta love him. You wouldn't pick him, but you gotta love him. Have y'all ever heard that sentiment? The you can't pick them, but you gotta love them because they're like, no, no, I don't. No, I don't. If your parent used to throw you down flights of stairs, no, you don't. You are not obligated to love them because you're family. No, you're not. How did we get here? It's 12 minutes in and I haven't even touched my brows. Anyway, but all inclusive, I bring up the face shaving because I keep seeing products that are meant for men and like skincare and beauty, but it'll be like men's concealer, and it was called war paint. This doesn't have to do anything with you being feminine or masculine. It has nothing to do with that. This is about you not being a stinky, hairy person. So let's begin. So what I'm going to do to start with, right, the tools we're going to be using today is this weird pair of scissors, and this little comb comes off, but the I don't like to use this because this has a comb on it. And so what we do here, right, so first I'm going to brush them out, brush them up, out, make sure like any kinks and whatnot's out, and get them to sit in the shape that I want them to. And from there, with it sitting in that shape that I want, I'm going to pluck out the really like minuscule hairs around, and like I got some that kind of come down this way, a few up here. You see the little spikes coming up past that top main line. We're going to cut those off, so it's a very bold. Let's begin. Look at you. How shameful. No. And so yeah, I try to brush them all up, and then I'll take all these little hairs and I'll pull them down so that they're away from the main shape and I don't accidentally pluck anything else out. Now, there will come a point in this process where you feel like you're screwing it up, but like you just gotta trust the process and don't freak out. Don't start like over plucking. Okay, I try to not get within this main block shape. It's just anything outside that main shape. See, now I have a pretty pointy tail of the eyebrow, but there's so many pieces of hair that are coming up both up here and down here that it widens it out, and so I really have to figure out how narrow and high I want that point to, like what kind of angle I want it to sit at, but also not deviate so far off its regular track that it looks forced. My forehead is gonna feel so naked after this. I'm trying to schedule my life, not schedule my life out, but like block my time better. I'm trying to do it not only by blocking it numerically, but also dividing it by the seasons. Like spring cleaning, right? It's good to do spring cleaning rather than do it in winter, because then your windows are open, you can dust the place, you can air it out. Winter is a good time to do crafts like sewing. Like building, having to do any like home improvements is best to do during spring and fall, because it's not bitter cold and it's not hellishly hot, and it can come off as like intimidating. It is intimidating if you're not used to being structured like that, but at the same time, it takes away so much of the overwhelm. You get rid of that feeling of like, oh my God, there's so much I want to do, but there's no time. It's like, no, there's no time right now to do all of that. As someone who has a pretty unstructured life, okay, yes, we need to focus on the long term, because there is a big picture as to like the finish line that makes you want to chase these short-term goals, and makes these short-term goals seem a lot more approachable and a lot more attainable, because they're so much smaller in contrast to the big picture. and I'm trying to break it down by quarterly, winter, spring, summer, fall, half year, more broad yearly goals where, you know, every 6 months kind of check in. There can be a bigger yearly goal or thing you want to accomplish or work towards. Now, keep in mind, I mean, you could also look at that. You don't have to do this by the seasons. You can do this by like fiscal quarters. You can do this by the school quarters, semesters. You can break this down. Hell, your year can start in March and end in February. Like, you can really start and stop this yearly clock whenever you want to. To be honest, like whatever schedule would work best for you. But the seasons, as you know, someone who's pretty oriented with plants and nature and ecosystems, and also it's just the natural clock. Before we had everything we do now, like that's what we relied on. When the sun was up, you did things. When the sun was down, you didn't. When the days were shorter and they were colder, you didn't do as much, and you did things that were more homey and warm and indoorsy. It just like there's just a natural flow to it without having to be like, well, a fiscal year actually. I'm not gonna sit here and say touch grass. Like touch down on the planet. Just you know, kind of. Now you very simply can just shave your eyebrows into the shape you want just because there's less pain in this. But again, great way to get you to stop thinking the thoughts, even though I have rambled for 24 minutes of this 26-minute video.